Super Hogs are a powerful new super troop with a unique mechanic that will take Town Hall 15 by storm. Here is the newest super troop, the Super Hog Rider. Pretty nice stats there, but 1700 hit points does seem a little low for a super troop. Fear not, divide and conquer. Once you defeat the Super Hog Rider, you're going to get a Super Hog generate with 1,000 extra hit points. Notice it targets defenses, and you're going to get a Super Rider with an extra 700 hit points who's going to target any building, and look at his swagger. You can get this super troop from Town Hall 13 and up, and let's just say it is heaps of fun to use. Listen to this.
Super Hog Rider!
That will never get old. So let's actually have a look at what's going on here. So the Super Hog Rider targets defenses, but look at this. When it dies, it flings the rider back, but the hog will stay in place. But the best way of seeing it is from this angle here. So look, they split, gets flung back, but notice, look at the wall this rider is targeting. There's no defenses in that. So as I said, the Super Hog will target defenses, but the Super Rider will target anything. Now, it does do a damage multiplier to walls, but it's still not going to get through walls that quickly. Let's get into some attacks where I can show this troop in action. Obviously, the first army we had to try out, Queen Charge Super Hog Rider, and I really like this army, and I think it's the strongest way of using the Super Hog. Maybe we will see some people get something new. I'm all for that, but this is definitely the best one I've seen so far because you can bring the upgraded Yeti bomb with it and have a look at the work these Yetis put in. Like, this new Yeti level does make a difference. That new extra Yeti might they get with the upgrade does make a difference as well. And look at that, just nice chunk of the base, and we get a CC pull. That's the main reason I did that. I wanted to pull this CC whilst we were outside range of the monolith. The king does a pretty good job on the bottom side, gets rid of the enemy king, activates the rage tower, and we're pretty happy with that. And the queen's got a really nice path to the town hall. Now we're going to focus mainly on the super hogs in this attack, but I want to talk about the queen because obviously 5 extra levels, new healer upgrade as well. They look very pretty with the new level, but it doesn't mean you can queen charge anything. So this rage tower won't reactivate as far as I know. And my queen's only going to get like the town hall and maybe the multi down here. She doesn't get much value through this compartment. So just because there's new levels doesn't mean you can queen charge easily at all. So I do a really poor job at funneling these troops. I kind of spam them all on the same tile, but that's going to show how strong this troop is in a second. So here comes the main push. I have to pop the ward in there because there's just that rage towers absolutely crushing my troops. Now, I've got 2 rage from my super hogs here, and it's going to be really, really powerful. So we're pushing through the base nicely, and I want you to have a look at the pet I have on my warden. I bring the yak. Now, the yak's not going to help much offensively, but it's helping open these walls for the riders that split from the hogs, and they're just able to go through the base really nicely. And I mean, look at this. The pathing's been horrible, but we've still pushed through the entire base. Now, we have had 2 rage spells, so that has made a difference here, but I mean, look at that. And the yak is still up, and keep in mind that yak's got 6,600 hit points, or what was it? No, 6,300 hit points, I believe. So the yak is super duper tanky, and we kind of just burrow our way through the base. Now, this is a time fail. I do not get 3 stars, but I really wanted to show you this because it surprised me how good these super hogs are, given I only brought 12 of them and they took out the entire back end of the base. Another attack here with Queen Charge Super Hog Rider, and the reason I wanted to show a second one is this time we're going to send the hogs into the town hall, and we'll see how they go with that. Let me know also down in the comments, do you prefer seeing the replay version or the live attack version for sneak peeks? I like seeing the live attack version because you can see what the attacker can see. Obviously, this is me doing the attack. I did it earlier. I did it earlier and recorded, got these hands, got to do all this commentary for you. So Yeti Bomb gets really nice value. Yet again, when you bring 4 rages with this army, 1 rage for a Yeti Bomb, worth it. We get that Warden down. That was the biggest one. And yet again, another CC pull. Really easy to deal with the CC on the outside. Now, I could, if I wanted to, charge the town hall from here, but it would take A, a long time, and B, that monolith would wreck my queen because I wouldn't be able to charge it. So what would I rather do? Well, I'd rather queen charge the core of the base and a hog rider around the outside. So that's what we're going to do. Use the king to funnel. That's what I really like about hogs versus hybrid. You can use your king with your queen, and essentially you're maximizing her value, right? We've got this level 90 queen. We've got these new healers. We use the Yeti bomb to help her out. We use the king to help her out, and the hog riders, well, the super hogs, I should say, their job's to get the rest. We get a really nice wall break. Loons find a Sam. King's doing a great job on the outside. We're just gonna open up the base now. Have a look at this. Queen's under a fair bit of damage here, but she's dealing with it okay. I am noticing a slight difference. I still do need the freeze spell here because of that poison tower. I might have not needed the freeze actually, but it's worth it to be safe. We get that insane wall breakout. 1 minute 21's when we started our Hogs Riders, by the way, so keep that in mind. Now I'm bringing an ice golem with this army. I thought it'd be really good if you were going like into a scatter shot or heroes to bring it. I don't think it's worth it, so I would just drop the ice golem for either more cleanup or another super hog. We're keeping a lookout for our queen on the top side. The invis goes down, and there's the warden ability. There was the invis by the town hall, which helped us. Now, can these super hogs get out of the town hall poison? And how will the lingering effect work? I'm just going to pop my queen ability here, but we look back, and they're not doing that badly. Look at this. We still have so many of them up. This giant bomb hits here. I haven't expended my heal spell. There it goes. We are down to 32 seconds, by the way, and there's 30% of the base left. Can I get 30% in 30 seconds? Let's find out. Obviously, we need to keep an eye on our queen. We come back and have a look, and the super hogs are doing their things. Now, I'm only bringing 2 wizards with this army, which would make it seem like I'm going to struggle with time, because normally with hogs, you bring like 4 or 5 wizards. But the good thing about these super hogs is when the hog and the rider split, you've got instant cleanup, because they go get the cleanup, and we got the 30% down in 30 seconds. At Blueprint, we do have a blog that's posting this sneak peek for every single day, so in case you think we missed something, go there. You will see the full patch notes in lots of detail for every sneak peek. Okay, now to come in with hybrid, but instead of the regular hogs, we have these super hogs. Now, you notice I'm bringing way less miners than usual because I don't think you need 19 miners as much with this. Maybe you could drop like 1 super hog and bring 2 extra miners if you really want. But 7 or 8 super hogs, I think, is definitely the way to go. Now, this is a teaser base here. I deliberately picked a perfect base for hybrid because obviously with hybrid, you generally want to charge the town hall without using a siege machine. So this is a favorable base for this army. I'm not going to hide away from that. But still, getting a triple at Town Hall 15 is not easy, even with the new hero and troop levels. So we're coming in here. Really nice. And we're going to get rid of this CC. And, well, we need to pull the rest of the CC. I was a little early on my own poison spell here. We put down the rage, get the ice golems, and as soon as that comes out, we're getting the siege barracks and the king down. They're going to funnel really nicely. Queen gets the ground bow down as well. Absolute champion. Really good work from her. Then we come in with the miners. A few less than normal, but that's okay. Then the super hogs. We find a giant bomb on the outside, so we get that heal spell down nice and early. Because you can't heal a dead troop, so always with hybrid, you'll see the first heal used really early, then the warden ability. So we're just trying to get everything in the warden ability here. I couldn't get the king. I wanted to wait and see, but I didn't know for sure. Look at this, by the way. I've got 4 super hogs. They look so funny when they're in a conga line. Look at them bopping about, having the time of their lives, marching to their most likely deaths. But regardless, coming in here, and I'm using these freeze spells for the back end, and we've got so many troops up. Now, this hit will look really close in the end, but when you see how many troops are up here, I mean, this was always going to be a triple, so yeah, this can work. This absolutely can work, and I'm going to tell you something as well. Straight after I did this attack, I came in with a normal hybrid attack on this base, and I didn't triple it as hard as I tripled this. It was much closer. I think my Royal Champion dies in both, but I didn't have my King up, and I didn't have any hybrid up in the other attack. It was just Queen, P.E.K.K.A, and Cleanup. And I mean, it's not too different here. It's pretty similar, honestly. Maybe I'm overstating it a bit, but this was definitely a bit stronger of a triple. So from what I can tell, yes, you don't have the sneaky gobs if you bring the super hogs, but super hybrid is better. Speaking of super hybrid, I know I used it at the end of the last attack to say hybrid with the super hogs, but if you wanted to do a proper super hybrid attack, this is it here. 4 super miners and 7 super hogs. Oh, there's no way. Now, I have to use my king here to funnel in the queen. I'd love to not use him and use him to funnel the super hybrid instead, but my queen's not going for this town hall without it. And notice I've got 9 normal wall breakers because you can't bring normal wall breakers with this, so we're just spamming them and hoping they do something. Now, I probably could have done this attack with 0 wall breakers, but that's only something that can work in like war. Obviously, you're not going to go into Legends League without bringing any wall breakers, because then if the base is closed, rest in peace to you, right? So I bring those wall breakers, but they don't really do much. Wall breakers, one of the weakest troops in the game, unless they're in a blimp. So Queen Charge coming in, I use the Siege Barracks by itself on the top side. It's not going to do an amazing job. You see the wizards are going to get picked off here, but it's the best we can do. And now we start, and I've only got 11 troops in this hybrid. Only got 11 troops. I really don't like the Super Miner as a troop. Everything paths kind of badly. We get the heal down nice and early. I have to use the invis on my queen there. You should never use the invis when dealing with the CC. But have a look at what my queen does here. She wraps the corner perfectly, and she's actually going to help get down the monolith. And for how bad the start of this hybrid actually started, it's looking okay. Look on the top side, by the way. In my CC, I brought 2 super hogs and 1 super miner as well. This is a full-blown super hybrid, and suddenly I have a lot of troops alive in the core of the base. Yeah, the rage towers are hurting, but we're pushing through okay. RC ability goes off, and yeah, now the attack's going to fall apart. It took a while, but the attack is finally going to fall apart. But look at this. The Warden follows the super miner, and we take down that multi. Our RC will die on the top side because the Diggy died a little while ago. But believe it or not, this is a 3-star. My queen is going to clean up the rest of the base, and we get 3 stars, and this was my first attempt. I couldn't quite believe that, honestly. My first attempt with super duper hybrid is what I'm going to call it for today. I'm sure people long term will call it super hybrid, but yeah, this super duper hybrid got a triple. Now, do I think you should do this? No, because super wall breakers are so necessary, but if one day in the future we're able to bring 3 super troops at a time, this army has merit. This army has merit, not an overkill by any stretch of the imagination, but it's 3 stars. Let's say you've used the Super Hog and you don't like it, but you're stuck with it for 2 days, right? Well, no longer. You can go into here and look at this. There is a cancel button. Now, you won't be refunded any potions that you use or any dark elixir that you use, but yes, you can cancel super troops now. So I can cancel it and go and decide I want to use the super miner instead. Then I get a brain cell, get rid of the super miner, and we're already back to the super hog. Great change there for the game. Before we signed off, I wanted to show you the actual log to show you guys how successful I've been with the super hogs. So these was me testing out the super hogs. You see the 2% at the top, but that's a pretty good hit rate at Town Hall 15. So I don't know if this troop is broken or not, but you're definitely going to see us playing around with it on stream post-update with you all. That's it for sneak peek number 2. Make sure you stay around for tomorrow because there is some massive changes coming tomorrow, and we're not going to be able to ward them off for much longer.